Hi everyone. Today I'm going to be helping you with the application. Just pause anytime that you need and just follow along the 4 steps. So these are the 4 steps. We're going to start with step one. Step one, this one is you're going to tell us about yourself. So go to this website right here and just make sure you complete the form. This is what it should look like. This is the intake form. Just fill it out to the best of your ability. Use your personal email just so that we have a way of contacting you outside of school. And then click submit at the very bottom. I know I'm going a bit fast, but you can pause at any time and make sure you're completing these steps. This is your student passport. If you got one, please use it, keep it, and don't lose it. If you haven't received one, just write all the information down on a piece of paper that you know you won't lose. This is what it looks like. This is your student passport. So start by writing your name at the top, just in case if it gets lost, we know who to give it back to. Just start with the name right now, and then we can fill out the rest as we move along with the steps. Step number 2, you're going to go to the www.californiacolleges.edu. This is what it should look like when search up the website. And then you're not going to create an account. You're going to go and click right here. Use your student account for this. It should be your GUHSD account. Just click that and then follow the steps to getting into your account, your school account. And then this is what it should roughly look like. It can look different from here, but all we need is this top portion. You're going to click on college. What should pop up is this menu right here. You're going to choose the California Community Colleges application. Click on that. After you click on that, it's going to have you choose either whichever college that you want to apply to. Either it's going to be Cuyamaca or Grossmont. That's the purpose of this video. So Grossmont, Cuyamaca, we're sister schools. The only difference is really where your major belongs and who financial aid has to pay the tuition for, so which college. So how you're going to choose is based on your major. So you can pause or take a picture of this screen right here, or this one. I'll go back to the Cuyamaca one. Based on the major that you want to major in, you're going to apply to this certain college that you want to. So let's just say I want to do nursing, I would apply to Grossmont. And if I want to do something that's offered at both colleges, just choose the college that you know is most convenient to you and you know that you want to basically go here most of your time. So this is the Cuyamaca one, all the majors that we offer. If you want to know more about them, you can always Google Cuyamaca College majors, and then you can look deeper into each one. Here's Grossmont. Take a picture, pause, whichever you like. And then we're going to move on. Here, I'll just wait a little bit. Okay. So now we're on step 4. Step 4 is the longest one. Just pause at any time that you need and just make sure you're following along the steps. If you have any questions, please reach out to your counselors, reach out to us. I have our contact information at the very end of this video. So this is the CCC apply. So after you choose your college over here, back here, here, after you click on one of these, it's going to ask you to search up the college that you want to apply to. So you're going to put either Cuyamaca or Grossmont into that search box. You click on the one that you want. After you click on the college that you prefer, it's going to take you to this. This is called Open or CCC Apply. This is where you're going to either create an account or sign in. If you've ever taken a class at either Grossmont or Cuyamaca, or have attempted to take a class, meaning, oh, like I think I'm going to take this class during summer, but I just never ended up going through with it, but I did make an account. This system will not allow you to create more than one account. So try and sign back in. And if you're not able to, then there's an option that says forgot password. So again, use your personal email from now moving forward. Do not use your GUHSD student email because that will delete as soon as you graduate high school. Use your personal email. If you don't have one, this is a great time to start one because you're going to be using it for everything in your life. Again, let's go back to the student passport. So the email that you use to get into the CCC apply, write it down here, and then also write down the password. It's going to have you create a password. Don't use your name. It's not going to let you use your name, your last name. Just make sure you follow the guidelines that it tells you under the passwords when you do get to that portion. Just write everything down. So over here would be your personal email and then the password that you created. Next, password. And then, so yeah, so create an account if you've never had one before, and then sign in if you have created an account in the past, even if you've never taken a class. And then if you forgot your password, click on forgot password. It should show you that option as soon as you click sign in, I believe. Okay, after you signed in or created an account, either one, this is the page that pops up. It's trying to identify who this person is. You can skip this part by clicking this link down here. This is what it looks like more zoomed in. Click on verify later. This box pops up and then choose decline to verify. You can do this later. You don't have to verify your identity right now. After that portion is going to take you to what's called Open CCC. So from from the CCC apply to Open CCC, this is like your foundational like account to what your application goes based off of. So this is not the application itself. This is Open CCC. This is your profile portion of the application. So you're gonna go right here. This is called Open CCC. Put in your personal information. Don't put in the one that I have right here. Use your personal email. Put your phone number, and then scroll down. Fill out all this application or like whichever it asks of you. First, you're gonna have to answer this question. Are you currently homeless? Yes or no. Based on this, this box will pop up if you choose no. If yes, then a different box will pop up that you need to fill out the information for. If anything has a little asterisk next to it, then that means that you do have to fill it out. If it doesn't, then you can just skip that part. So right here, preferred first name, you don't have one, then you can skip this part. Next is going to be date of birth. It asks you to input it 2 times. After that, this is an important part. So let's say I have a social security number, but I just don't have it on me and I don't have access to calling someone to verify the number or like give me the number in any way while I'm doing this part of the application process. You can put no, but do not submit the application. This is not the application right now. We're gonna get to the application, but just remember, I'll come back to this part at the very end as well. But if you do have one and you have access to it and you know the number or someone can give it to you through a text or whichever, click yes and please do input it. So click yes, it's gonna ask for it 2 times. So if someone is giving it to you on the phone, don't just ask for it once, ask for it twice. If not, you can put no and then come back to it later. If you don't have a social security number at all, you can click no and then disregard anything I talk about mentioning social security numbers. Okay, so after you input your social security number, if you do have one, yes or no, you're gonna put save. This is your profile. You've saved your profile by now. And then you're gonna go back to what is called the CCC apply. So we just finished with the Open CCC. This is CCC apply. You're gonna start a new application. So if you've applied in the past year plus more, you're gonna need to start a new application. If you try to apply maybe like a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago to the same term, which would be fall of 2026 for you guys, you're gonna probably have an application on file. If you've submitted it, then you're probably gonna have to submit a new one just in case. But if the system doesn't allow you, then you can come back here and you can trash it and start a new application. But let's just say right here, here's an example. I tried to start an application. I left it. I never completed it. So it says resume. It was never submitted. So I'm just going to click resume. If I do have one, but if I don't, you're just going to click start a new application. So this is what your CCC apply should look like. If you never applied, it's your first time applying, then you wouldn't see this portion. Everything else you would see. So this is the account information I just filled out in the Open CCC, so my profile. And if I ever need to change anything about my email, my phone number, I can come back here, edit my account, and change that information. Yeah, so this is where it takes you if you ever do need to change your information. So I need to change my email, I can change it here. And then your social security number, this is where you also, so let's go back. I have a social security, I just don't have it on me, right? And I don't have access to it, I don't remember it. This is how, when I do have access to it, I'll go back into my Open CCC and check off yes instead of no, and then again, and put in the information. Start a new application. Okay, so the term you guys are applying for is fall of 2026. Unless you want to take a summer course, then I would advise you to apply for summer of 2026. Let's say you're thinking about taking a class during summer, but you just never end up going through with it. The question is, do you need to apply for the fall term because your previous application was for the summer? No. So the summer application goes straight into fall. So if you never end up taking a summer course, then your application moves to the fall. So it's okay. You don't have to apply 2 times. So you're gonna select either fall or summer. I would advise you to do fall unless you are committed to taking or you have an idea of a summer class that you want to take. Next is going to be your educational goal. If your goal is to obtain an associate degree, which is a 2-year degree, and then transferring over to a 4-year university, I would click one of the first two. So one of these, the first one is just saying obtain an associate degree, which is a 2-year associate degree. So it takes 2 years about to finish, and then I move on to a 4-year institute, like a university. And then the second one is you still want to transfer, you just really don't really care to take an associate degree. Okay, so again, here are the majors that are offered at Cuyamaca. Here are the majors offered at Grossmont. Take a look. Now it's going to ask you here. So the major category, let's go. Yeah, so the major category is going to be what's up here. So for here, I put business and professional studies, which would be under business, and then I chose business administration. So remember, this is the Cuyamaca application. The Grossmont application looks the exact same, it's just probably going to be green and not blue. So what these letters mean right here, so AA means Associate of Art, and then T means transfer. This one means Associate of Science, and then T is transfer. So these are degrees that you get if you're planning on transferring. Next. So we finished the enrollment part. Now the profile, it's going to be, so this is, all this is asking is if you've ever had a different name, if you've ever changed your name. If you've ever changed your name, you can put yes. A box will pop up and you're going to have to fill that information out. If you've never, then you can put no and move on with that part. And then it's going to ask about your current mailing address. So in the Open CCC, it asks you about that. So if it's the correct one, then you can click on this box right here, and this box will fold up and you won't have to fill that part out. This is your Open CCC. Remember, you put your email or your home address here, and then you can move on to this part. Here is, we're still in the profile. See, I put my mailing address is the same as the permanent address in my CCC. This box folds up. Now I click continue. So now we've moved on to the education portion of the application. So you're going to fill this out as if you've already graduated high school. So you're going to click on this one. First time student in college after high school. Next, under the high school education, you're going to put received a high school diploma from a U.S. school. So you're going to fill this out as if you've already graduated. I know you're still in high school. It's okay. The application takes it as if you've already graduated. Then you're going to put the day you graduated, the month, the day, and the year. Ask your counselors or your teachers if you don't know. For Valhalla, I believe it's June 3rd. For Granite, I think it's June 4th or 5th, but please make sure. And then, did you receive a diploma, GED, or a certificate in California? Yes. So have you attended high school in California for 3 or more years? Yes or no? Just, it's probably going to be a yes. If not, then it's going to ask you more questions. So next is current or most recent high school attended. I attended high school in the country is United States, California. I put here as a Valhalla, an El Cajon, and then it autofilled the rest of it. Next is going to be your high school transcript information. This part matters the most when the counselors are there to have to create an education plan for you, which is the names of the classes that you're going to be taking on a semester basis. So just fill it out as to your best of your ability. So here I just put an example as a 4.0, 12th grade AP English, composition and literature, received an A. And then down here, so one of the options it gives you, or not all of the English classes are under these lists. So if it's not here, then you can just put none of the above, don't know. It's one of the options that you can put. Next, we're going to move on to residency. So citizenship and immigration. So select which one applies to you. If you're a US citizen, you're going to click it and then you're going to move on. It doesn't ask you for more. But if you're a permanent resident, this is what's going to happen. Permanent resident, and then it's going to ask you for the alien registration number. Here's an example. Your card may look a little different, but it should have some sort of numbers over here that you're going to input right here. So you don't have to put these dashes in the middle, but you're going to have to put all the numbers right over here. Yeah. And then the next step is going to be US military slash dependent. So this one, if it applies to you, then you would know, and then it would be one of these options. If it doesn't, then none apply to me. Next is going to be California resident. Have you lived in California continuously since August of 2024? So if you've lived here your entire life and if you never moved outside of the US, then this would be a yes. If you just moved here maybe like a little bit ago, then you should pay attention to this and put no. And then so if you put yes here, then you can skip all of this if it doesn't apply to you. Next is going to be California resident. Have you lived in California? Yeah, so if you put no, it's just going to ask you, when did you move to California? That's all it's going to ask down here. After this, you can move on down here. So you have to answer this part. Special residency category. Are you homeless now or have been homeless at any time during the past 24 months? Yes or no? Which one applies to you? And then this one as well. You can always phone a parent or phone a guardian if you don't know the answer to these questions. Next is going to be needs and interests. Main language, are you comfortable reading and writing in English? Yes or no? Please do answer this one. And then financial assistance, are you interested in receiving information about money for college? So this is just like, you're not committing to anything. It's just, do you want to know information? We might send you an email in the future if there's financial aid opportunity, a scholarship opportunity, then you can click yes. And then this one, are you receiving any of these government assistance, or do you fall under the programs of general assistance from the government? Yes or no, whichever one follows. And then next is going to be the athletic interests. So all these mean, let me explain these. So the bottom one is no, I don't want to take any classes that have to do with sports, really. I don't really care to do that, or I don't want to do any competitive sports. No, move on. This middle one means I'm interested in intramural club sports, but not in playing. So basically we have professional teams in our college. If you want to participate in those, it would be this first one. If you just want to take sports classes but not participate in the team itself, it's going to be this middle one. And then next is going to be programs and services. So if you're interested in any of these, you can click on them. Just check off the box. And if you want to know more information about them, you can always Google Cuyamaca College blank, whichever one of these, or Grossmont College, and then you can fill in the blank with any of these. Yeah, so if you check off any of these, it doesn't mean you're committing to something. It just means you're gonna receive just information about them. So EOPS, if I click this, there might send me an email saying, hey, like our application opens during this time of the semester if you'd like to apply, if you're eligible. And then you're going to click continue. So next is going to be the demographic information. So all you really have to fill out in this part is the gender. Everything else you can skip these two, and then you can move on. Next one is going to be, do you have children or dependents who receive more than half of their support from you? So do you have any kids, or do you have younger people that you take care of financially? Yes or no. If you click yes, it's just going to ask their ages. If you click no, then it doesn't do anything else. And then this section right here is asking about your parents' education. There's parent or guardian number 1 and then parent guardian number 2. You can click any of these, whichever one is correct in your situation, or you can put unknown. After you choose, it's going to ask you twice. So it's going to ask you about the parent number 1 or guardian number 2. So if none of this applies to you, you can put no parent or guardian raised me, or you can put unknown. And then next is going to be race and ethnicity. So best of your ability, yes or no, Hispanic or Latino, and then any of these would apply. And then you're going to click continue. So we're basically towards the end of the application. We're in the submission area. Review your response. So click on review my application and review every single thing. Make sure it's all correct before you submit your application. So, so remember when I said if you have a social security number, but you don't have access to the number itself right now as of the time you're filling out this application. Yeah, so don't submit this application. Don't continue, scroll down and submit the application just yet. You're gonna scroll down and it's gonna look like this. Just save it. Save the application, don't continue, and then exit out of it. When you do have access to your social security number, again, go back into, so here's some instructions that we have. Save the application. When you are able to go back into either Cuyamaca College or Grossmont College's website and click on apply in the top right corner. Follow the steps to log back into your application and edit account. Scroll all the way down and change to yes. So this is the part you're going to scroll all the way down to. Click yes. And then I have a social security number, input it twice, and then you're able to log back into your application, which you can do by, you save the information after you do this part at the very bottom, save, and then it takes you straight to the application. You're gonna review application, make sure everything is correct. So then when you scroll down, after you have reviewed your application, you're gonna do I consent. Otherwise, it will not let you submit the application. And then there's two more boxes that you just feel free to read any of what you're consenting to. Check here, check here, check here, of course, and then you can submit your application. But make sure if you do have a social security number that you updated the password. If you don't have a social security number, you can click no and you can move on with your day. So after I've submitted the application, this is what it should show you. So you have great job. So all you really need from this, you could take a screenshot or a picture of your computer or laptop of this section right here. It's going to be helpful just so you know what your application looks like at the very end. This confirmation number, you're going to put it in your student passport right down here. That's a confirmation number that you're going to put. So don't put this one, put yours down here. Next, you're done with the application part. So that's really it for the application. What should happen now is, so here are some helpful links, the Cuyamaca and the Grossmont College. So if you're a new student applying for the first time, you should receive a welcome email from either Grossmont or Cuyamaca. At the very top, it should say, welcome to Grossmont or Cuyamaca. Here's your student email and your student ID. Please don't delete that email. Keep that email, and it's going to help you for the next part, which is the orientation part, where you're going to access the student portal. So if you've taken classes before, you know what the student portal is. It's self-service. And you have access, if you have access to it, that's good. Just remember the information that you use to access it. If you, if you've created an application before, you just never taken a class, you still have your student email. They should still send it to you through after you finish this new application. So this is the Cuyamaca College outreach website. That's who we are. We're in the Welcome Center. Please come in if you need any help. We're the first office at our college. It's the biggest one. It says Welcome Center right on the side. Here's a QR code. If you want to scan it, it takes you to this website. You can always reach out to us. And good luck. Yeah.